Hello, and welcome to my final project for art history. My name is Sadie Cruz. In this presentation, I will be discussing the statue of Zeus at Olympia and exploring how this magnificent sculpture reflects ancient Greek mythologies of heroism, and we will examine its artistic style and cultural significance and symbolic meaning. We'll see how the statue embodies the ideals of power, divinity, and heroic excellence that were central to Greek beliefs. The statue of Zeus at Olympia was built as a dedication to the king of the Greek gods, Zeus, and to house it within the newly constructed Temple of Zeus at Olympia. It was known that this sculpture was worshipped by pilgrims from across the Mediterranean. The statue inspired countless imitations and defined the standard representation of Zeus in Greek and Roman art and sculpture, on coins, pottery, and even gemstones. It was known that during this period of ancient Greece, sculptures were built to honor deities, heroes, and important individuals. These works of art were not only decorative, but deeply symbolic, and in this case, it represented Zeus, who served religious purposes as he expressed devotion and reinforced the presence and power of the gods among the people. It also reflected ideals such as strength, wisdom, and heroism. Zeus is from Greek mythologies and was recognized as the sky and thunder god, the ruler of the Olympian gods, residing on Mount Olympus. He was called the father of both gods and men. The statue of Zeus at Olympia was commissioned and created to honor Zeus, the king of the Greek gods, and it was used as a focal point for worship at the Temple of Zeus within the sanctuary of Olympia. A question that can arise is, who was the sculptor? The sculptor was Phidias, who at the time was known as a master sculptor and architect, known for supervising the sculpture of Parthenon in Athens and a giant statue of the city's patron goddess Athena. Phidias was the perfect choice for what would be a challenging project requiring hundreds of craftsmen and several years of work. Made out of Zeus's skin was represented by ivory, traded down from Central Africa, and the gold was used for his hair, and clothes were obtained from deposits around the Aegean. In his hand, he held a victory figure that was made out of glass. The statue was about 40 feet high, and in his outstretched right hand was a statue of Nike, which was known as Victory, and in the god's left hand was a scepter on which an eagle was perched. The statue, which took about 8 years to construct, was a powerful, monumental notion of divine majesty and goodness expressed. It was discovered in the 1950s of the remains of Phidias' workshop at Olympia that confirmed that the statue's date was about 430 BCE. Olympia was marked as the home of the ancient Olympic Games and was the former site of the massive statue of Zeus, which had been ranked as one of the 7 wonders of the world. Phidias' masterpiece captivated viewers for nearly 1,000 years. It was considered a must-see for anyone who was attending the ancient Olympic Games. It drew the attention of pilgrims and admirers from across the Greek world. The Games were held for almost 12,000 years, but with the coming of Christianity, the statue was removed, the temple was destroyed, and it was either by natural or human activities. Although it no longer stands, the statue of Zeus at Olympia reflected heroic ideals from its grand size, regal posture, and expression of calm authority. It was seated on a throne. Zeus is not shown in action but in control, marking how he was an ultimate protector, ruler, and enforcer of justice. Thank you so much for listening, and here is a list of references I used to make this video. Bye!